Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to talk about Beverly Hills Cop 3. Um, it's not actually the final film of the franchise because number 4 is coming out in 2024 summer, I believe. That's what's being slated. But this is the third one. This came out 10 years after the first one, so 1994, I believe. And we have I think John Landis is directing this one. Tremendous director, and he really directs this film really well, and it's part of why I like Beverly Hills Cop 1 is because it's directed brilliantly, and the third one is directed brilliantly also. Um, it's got his style and his signature all over it, and it just makes it really well done. So like in the third one, I think Axel Foley is made to be, even though I believed him to be a hero before, he's now like a hero for the people because he risks his life in some crazy daring stunt. And at times I was wondering how they even filmed it. I know that they obviously had like they had like a maybe a backdrop. They was in a studio, maybe some wire work involved, and then a backdrop of like the scenery of like making it look like he was very high up in the ground. But some of it just looked tremendous, and that's the beauty of movie magic, right? So yeah, he does this crazy because it's all about he's in Wonderworld now. This sort of like Disneyland theme park place where like bad guys are laundering money, and the stakes have never been higher, and Foley's uh um so Foley's seeking justice again for for the for the tragedy that had befallen his own boss from Detroit, a really lovable guy that we've seen throughout the franchise, or trilogy, should I say, or franchise, whatever you like. So yeah, with part two being so forgettable, part three, I watched it 24 hours ago, and it's amazing. It's such a great sequel. It's a great film in its own right. I will certainly be going. I'll be going back to. I'll have to watch two again, like I said, but one and three are something that I'll be watching for the rest of my days. Three is one of my favorite films. It is really good. I'm so surprised, but happily surprised that it's so good and that I like it so much. Eddie Murphy did sort of I wouldn't say transform, but he sort of evolved his character in a way that, so in the first one and the second one he would use a lot of like he would masquerade as certain people and really do it in witty ways to sort of like gain entry to like places in to further the plot. And in this one, because he plays it with a bit of he's got like a burning desire to get the bad guy this time, because his boss in Detroit was gunned down. So he's truly, there's a rage burning inside Eddie Murphy, and it's interesting, and a comedian, a comedy action film being played that way. But it's really nice to see. People criticize it for him not using those sort of witty dialogue interactions to get through to places. Certainly, like in Wonderland, trying to get through the gates. But I really like it. After having two films of him doing it, I think I really like the way it was done there. I'm actually hats off to you guys for doing that. I mean, there was people say there's behind the scenes things of like the director saying it's a strange film, and that Eddie maybe was bored of the character and sort of But I like to think that he did it because of the characters, what the character was going through. Yeah, we have so the older of the two cops. So you got your Judge Reinhold and you got your older man, who the trio of main characters. He's not in it anymore. And Hector Elizondo steps in, and he's not as memorable. He's not as good. Um, he could have been sort of played by anyone. And at times I thought he was going to be like a bad guy and portray be a turncoat. Um, Judge Reinhold's character is sadly given. I like the moments that he's in. It's very like the moments that he's given are very like silly, goofy moments, which I like. It's just obviously he wasn't given enough to do, unfortunately. And then finally we have the appearance of John Saxon, and John Saxon is a joy in whatever he's in. It's so nice to see him. So yeah, I really enjoyed the Beverly Hills trilogy for the most part. Can't remember two for the life of me, but number one is terrific, and number three is really terrific. Thank you very much.